Good day guys, my name is Ashton. This is another great fun tutorial, and today we're going to be inside cinema making carts animation just like how you see it in the airport. So we're going to actually use MoGraph tools, then do our whole animation by using our spline, and then what we're going to do next is bake it out so you can export it for whatever reason you need it for. You see in way like how you're seeing Prepare 3D with my suckish frames. But other than that, you can pretty much do with everything with it. So let's hop in cinema. Alright guys, so we're in Cinema 4D, and what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna open up the scene that y'all saw in the flight sim and Prepare 3D. So if you have the FCS tools you can get from our website, the link will be in the description with all our tools and scripts and all our textures and all that stuff will be right in the description. So I'm just gonna open up our cards animation scene, and you can see what we saw earlier. We saw the cards moving. Stop, and then moves on. Alright, so let's get started. You can look at this demonstration. It's just a normal building, ain't really a good mall at all, so don't judge. It's just a buying up job really. So let's press pause here, and let's get started. So what you want to do, you want to go to new, and if you have your objects already organized, well, I already have mine, so I'm just gonna go to it. Window, well, I'll just hit V on the keyboard and go to projects, and then go to my carts, and I already have my models already laid out correctly and the way I want it to be. So today I'm just gonna take 2 cards for a spin, but I'll just take 3. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this, edit, copy it, and then I'm just gonna go hit V on the keyboard, go to projects, and go to United 7. So I'm in centimeters. Most cases, if you actually have a big solid imagery or anything of ground that you're actually tracing, most likely you're working in meters or so. But just because it's just a demonstration, it really don't matter. Alright, so I'm just gonna paste it in here. Yeah, it's just telling me my textures. Alright. So what we're gonna do now, we're pretty much I'm basically inside my FCS Studio Pro version 3 layout. All that comes with the FCS tools package, just to let you know that too, and also the gradient which you're seeing for the viewport. So now what we're gonna do, we're going to see, okay, we want this one, this one, this one, and this one, 3. So what I'm gonna do, I basically have it in order, and it's the order you have to have. So the main person who in the front, you basically want to have him basically there in the front, just letting you know that. And then also you have the second guy here, and then you have the main first card, I would say. Then you have the second card and the third card, and we don't want the fourth one. All right. Now these objects and then together, just to let you know that, and I'm just gonna use the black to say hey, this is a shadow, for example, but I don't have it textured, so just to let you know that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna switch it just to give it a random effect. So I'm gonna switch card 2 with card 3, and I'm just gonna put them in place like that, and then put card 3 in the middle. So you just want to be a little accurate on where you want to put it. There you go. Just move it over a bit. Alright, it don't really 100% line up accurate like how you usually see it. But like I said, it's just a demonstration. Alright, so what you want to do next is, now since you have your cards in the way you want it, what you want to do now, you want to get a null. And what this null is going to do is going to help us to have full control. And what we're going to do, go to the null, go to attributes, display, and turn it into cubic, and change this off of camera, and you can choose any which one of these. Also, you can turn up your atmosphere. You know what? Undo that and just bring up your radius. So you want to get your radius the same size of your card. You don't have to accurate do it, but what you want to do, you really want to center yourself with it, like that. That's what you might want to do. Also, the same thing goes for this one, but you can do this in a top view or side view. So we know this one is basically the first card. Is the first card. This one is now second, and this one is the third. And for the last one here, which is the driver, really, I'm just gonna name him driver. There you go. So now I can move him in the center like that. Nice. Now everything nice and even. So what we want to do now, we want to put the truck inside the driver. We'll put the cart 1 inside the node 1, and then you want to put cart 3 inside node 1, and then you want to put cart 2 inside node 2. And there you go. So now you pretty much have them in order. So now we can close these up and select these and then put them back in our cards. Alright, so now that's how basically our cards and everything set up. So let's go back into the 3D view. There we go. Now we have our boxes, each of them surrounding it. Next is, this is where we're going to go into FCS tools, and then you're going to go to FCS tools project presets and merge the FCS track setup. So once it and then merge, just click here and then you'll see it pop up. So what you're going to do now is drop it down, and you notice you have Spline Controller, you have our parts fracture, and then you have converted your parts fracture baker. So pretty much everything is already set and everything's already ready to go. So what you're going to do now, since it's already set, you can now make a duplicate of your cards. Hide this one. This is your original. And I guess you could put underscore and just put backup. Alright, backup. And once you do that, you hide it. Now what you're going to do with these, you're going to select your driver to your node 2, select them, and then drag them out of cards and put them in our parts. There you go, into the fracture. So now since you do that, now you could pretty much do the same and hold down control and drag and put it inside your converted parts fracture baker, because this is going to allow us to bake our parts. animation out. So now we have those two set. Now we don't really need this right now, so we could even hide this for right now. Alright, so let's just hide it for right now. And also we could delete now my parts.1 or whatever that you have as a duplicate. Just delete that and no, because it ain't doing nothing no more. Just delete it from your list. And now that's pretty much it for right now. So now let's go to top view and let's trace out our track. So if you had a side imagery or you had something, you can pretty much do what you need to do. So what you want to do, you want to get your pen tool. Yeah, your pen tool. Go to create spline pen tool, or you can use even our taxi line generator and just use the tools or ground tools completely. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I want to do is I want to start my pen, draw a pen tool, and I want to draw my spline doing something kind of cool. Oops, undo that. I'm in R7A, just to let y'all know that. It's all these tools basically work with all versions. And then I wanted to go there. And then back. Well, let's just go a little bit more to make that one happen a bit more smoother. And you can close it. So that's how I pretty much did it. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna select these parts and hit the chamfer tool and start just curving it out. That's all we're gonna be doing, curving them out. I'll just go right there. Transfer tool. Sorry. Same thing goes to here. Transfer it. Nice. So I'm just pretty much just smoothing it out. Just gonna select all of these sticky parts. Just smooth them out. For it. Nice. And for last but not least, this one, and transfer it. Alright. Now we pretty much now have our nice track. And now what we're gonna do, now this depends on how much length you have. Alright, so keep that in mind. So right now I'm just gonna access out now taxi line generator, and now I'm gonna go back into my 3D view. Nice. So now we got that going on. Now what we need to do is we want to go to our spline controller here. Spline controller. Now you could find these tools right in your MoGraph tools. So I pretty much just made a script that allows to just set up all of this for you. Okay, just to give you heads up on it. So even with your fracture, you don't have, when you get your fracture, you don't need to go and actually go to fracture and then check your effectors and see if it's checked in. So you don't even need to go to that because it's already set for you. So just giving you heads up, all that stuff will be in. So now let's go back to Spline Controller and let's drop our spline here. And let's name it our track. And then what you're gonna do, go to Spline Controller and drag it in. And you see that it breaks it up, but that's okay. And also it's upside down. So to fix that, all you need to do is, you see up vector, change this last one to 1. And you see they are on top. So once you said that, that is okay so far. Now what you're going to do, this is where the parts get a little tricky here. You see this N, you're going to bring this down, bring it very down, very small. Now what you want to do, you want to check it. Now you notice it's actually changed it a unique direction, and we know the direction we wanted to go. We wanted to go that direction, because if we look on our top view and we see it, we notice that's the way we're supposed to go. So if I just change my spline here to right, you see, all right, so let's change our spline basic and turn this on. And there you go. So now our spline is white, so we can see what we're looking at. Alright, so the way we really wanted to go is going this way, right? But our objects are basically turned around direction. And also these were supposed to be on this side. So to fix that, let's go back to our spline controller and then go to effector and then go to parameter, and then you just want to turn this to 180. I think I'm correct. Yep, there you go. So now it's looking more organized and more in order. So if you notice, it's kind of still break up apart. It's not the way we really want it to be. So we're just gonna bring it closer. So to do that, let's go to effector and just bring it down by 2. But then 2 is just a little bit too powerful. So let's just put 3.5. Okay, so let's put 2.5. Alright, so it's kind of a little tricky. 2.8. There you go. 2.8. So it seems like we have a little collision problem with certain parts. So we notice we have this big one here, and it looks like it's combining too much. So what you want to do, you want to disable the spline controller, go to fall off and invert, and you notice everything jumps back. So what you want to do to fix that last one, you just want to take card 2 out and just bring that null a little bit back. Sometimes the null can be kind of jungled up a little bit. Just bring it back a bit, and then let's apply it again, and then let's go back to spline controller, and then let's turn it off, put it take invert off, and now if we look, it's more close than I thought. So let's see why that is doing that. So let's undo that again. Oops, sorry, don't forget hit invert, and let's control this again. Let's bring it back up. Let's bring it back up, about right there, and then let's bring that card in there, and then let's cut this back on. So now, yep, now we're getting somewhere. It's not 100% colliding no more, so we just needed to push it out a little bit more. So let's just do that. Don't have to be 100% perfect, but if you're that type of person to make it perfect, then hey, yeah. Let's go out right there. Remember now, the nodes are what really is the main source and what is going to be tracking all the data. So just to keep that in mind. All right, so now let's go to Spline, uncheck it. And you notice it's getting better and better by the minute, but I'm not going to fool with it too long, but it's getting better. And like I say, you can look at my own that I use as a demonstration. So let's move on, and now let's go to Spline Controller, and let's go to Effector, and now let's play with some offset here. So keep this in mind. Your offset is pretty much your animator, okay? So if I move this right now, it's moving straight around. All right, so let's put 1000 frames in our keyframe area. And if I decide to say, okay, let's set that to 100 at 100. That's its destination, is to come back in the same area. And then what you want to do is bring it back down and set another one. Set it back at 0 at 0 frame. You want to set your offset to 0 by just hitting the keyframe button right here next to it. And now it's not doing. Okay, I see what happened. It didn't change it. Okay, so now when it's orange, meaning now you could set a keyframe, and there you go. And now we have this beautiful animation going. So let's press play. Nice. All right, so now it's actually driving along the spline. Everything is fine. It's look normal, and it's really looking good. Nice. So you ask yourself, okay, Ashton, what if you need to stop it at somewhere or at a certain location or something like that? Well, it's very simple to do. If I wanted to go about here, and say example a building was right here, what I would do, I would keyframe that part, and then I would highlight it just by dragging inside the keyframe editor and drag it and select it. And then all you have to do is hit just hit control and drag, and you make a duplicate. So now he's pretty much waiting in the same section for a bit. So if I press play, it's like he's still continuing on, but he's not stopping, right? So I mean, it's an easy thing to do. So let's stop him for good in the same area. Okay. No, let's stop him here. Let's stop him. easy way to do this is if you catch the keyframe here and you just say, okay, let me just settle it, copy this, and you put in the same amount where he was, paste, keyframe it. He's gonna be there for a bit. So all I pretty much did is keep him there for a second, and then he moves on, which is pretty cool. I really like it. I really like it. And then he can stop somewhere else. So what I pretty much just did was whatever 400 value was, I just pretty much put it for the around the 500 for 80. It's just keeping that same type of keyframe because, like I say, we already then did the max already to the whole spline. So we could tell it stop anywhere where we want, and that's what you pretty much just saw. So if we play it, we pretty much now have our nice animation doing our spline, and he's going good speed, and he's soon gonna stop. So he stops for a bit, and then he moves on, and it's so smooth, and that's what I really like about this. And it's really nice, very nice. So now to move on, let's do baking. Let's bake our animation out. So it's very simple because we already did it earlier. If I'm correct, if you already put your nodes and everything inside here already, everything should pretty much be set. But the problem is we did some changes to this node too. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually delete this, and now copy the new stuff, and then hold down Control and drag it into the convert of your parts fracture baker. And also now we could unhide it. So you notice it's kind of off, right? That's pretty much easy and straightforward. All we need to do, because we know we work in the center of the object or wherever this spline is, just hear me out here. Wherever this spline is, it needs to be in that location. All right. So what happening is this, and we need to take it out again. Oh, we just delete it, and we need to tell this to be in that location because it's all the way over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to coordinates, and we're just gonna set this to 0, set this to 0, set this to 0, set this to 0, and set this to 0. Now when I made this, what really happened was, hit apply. What really happened was I made this a null by a blank null, and I just named it. And then in an Espresso editor, you know, I just pretty much have it. That's why anyone can basically use it right now, because that's what I pretty much did. So that's what you just add your objects, because I already have these names set in. See? So I just letting you know I already made this project, and it's actually emerging this whole setup inside to your project. So you don't have to go through none of that work. Just put this wherever this is, this point needs to be, which is just put everything to 0 like what I just did, and then just copy this, hold down Control, put inside the convert, and then you can close this up. And now what you could do is you select your convert, and you just want to play the animation, and then you want to hide your fracture. So right now this is our baked version, but it's not really baked it out yet, but I'm just letting it play. Nice, very easy, and it's very fun to see it working. So now what we're going to do to wrap this whole tutorial up, we're going to now bake our animation and then just see it inside another 3D application, because it's really straightforward. So now what you're going to do, if you have this interface which comes with our tools, SCS Tools Pro, what you're going to do, you're going to go to sorry, you're gonna go to your timeline here, and you're gonna hit this timeline button, and it opens it up. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna drag your convert fracture baker in here, select it, and then go to functions and bake objects. And all you gotta do is put in your, it automatically reads what you have. So all you have to do now is just hit OK if you want the PLL or whatever you want, or you just want to select all. You can do all that if you want, and just hit OK. Keep create copy, and then it's just gonna do it out. And now we basically have a copy. And if we bring this down, we now have a copy of each of these animation. So right now, if I close this down by holding Control and just click on these little buttons, it hides it. And now we could pretty much hide our baker, and now we have our actual like ready for export. So we can put export. Oops. All right. Okay, so it's time to basically export now. So what you want to do? Copy, and then go to new, and just paste it in here, and hit yes because we want our textures. And if you notice, if we press play, it does what it wants. But the reason why, because it's 1000 frames. So now it's playing the whole thing. Nice. And we ain't even have our spline and nothing. It's just doing what we wanted to do. Very nice. It stops, and then it continue on, and then it moves, just like a nice little snake. Nice. And back. Boom. There you go. Alright, so guys, that's pretty much how you get your stuff to look right and animate. So now we finally baked it out. So now if we go to File, Export as an FBX, as an FBX. As an FBX, we now can, I'm just going to put this in my documents, make a new folder, and I'm just going to call this new export. New export, and I'm just going to call this tutorials. Hit save, and whatever version, for example, if you're going to like 3ds Max 9 or old version or something like that, you can use 6 point something of whatever versions, that whatever application you're trying to export it to. So other than that, I'm gonna just use the latest one, 7.4 2014, and I'm gonna say, you know, bake all the frames, normals, everything basically checked it for me. So I'm just gonna hit OK. So now, for example, sorry, 3ds Max here, for example, I mean, it will automatically play. Now this is something different from what we had, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go to File, New, don't save, and it's just computing. And for example, now if we go to Import and quick access documents and go to new export tutorials, and you know, you just want to look through animation, make sure all that check, And yeah, fill timeline. Yeah, everything's set pretty much. Alright, so hit OK. And it automatically fill it for us and put the 1000 in, so you don't have to actually go where is it, right here, the timeline configuration, and it also automatically does it for us. So if you want to export it to anything else, Maya or anything like that, and then or like I said, like how inside 3ds Max, if you have the SD kit for flight sim or something like that, get your animation out. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Also, I just want to bring out a quick shout out to the website of STS Tools. Pretty much you can go on the website and download the whole package with everything from the color interface, all that stuff that you've seen today, objects, selected object exporter, and good stuff. So I'll have the link in the description once again. But I just want to say thanks for watching this, and I really hope that y'all enjoy this tutorial, and hope it really be helpful for y'all in the future, and y'all doing your own animation using this technique, which came from MoGraph tools from Cinema 4D, which was very beautiful to me. And yeah, so yeah guys, subscribe, comment, please contact me on my Facebook or my email or anything like that, if you need help with any certain little thing.